Would you rather be smarter? Would you rather have $50 million or the powers of Spider-Man? Nice. On a SoundCloud thing, nothing crazy, but like it garnered like close to like 100K or something like that. So it was like I had
list dollars.
Sorry, streams.
Okay.
I was gonna say $100K. Hold on.
What are we doing in this garage, bro?
Yeah. Statement. I know
it's
what
not
you're
a
saying.
statement.
Yeah,
Like,
I know
I
what you're
didn't
saying.
get sober because I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm trying to be
Go against the grain.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
like, bro, no, that's not why I got sober because I felt like I was gonna fucking die.
Welcome to Roseflower Radio, the show that goes behind the scenes of your favorite independent artists and creatives. Oh, I'm your host, Micah Wilson.
Oh my God.
What?
And I'm your co-host, Finlay Matthias. And welcome to our Halloween episode. We filmed it on Halloween. Thank you for the sound effect, Micah.
You're welcome.
We filmed it on Halloween. You're not watching it on Halloween.
It's Halloween for us, so suck it.
Exactly. We had Dean Fillinger on today, which that was such a open, honest episode. Oh my God.
It was freaking awesome. We talked from everything in the industry about SoundCloud, his friend Michael, and Midwestern emo, as well as we talked in about sobriety and alcoholism and a bunch of
MGK.
Yeah, and MGK, all the usuals.
All the important topics.
Yeah, but I hope you guys really enjoyed this week's episode. It was an absolute blast to talk to Dean about a lot of these things and just what it means to be an independent artist through and through. So if you're watching this on Spotify, nope, you're not. If you're watching this on Apple Podcast, nope, you're not. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to subscribe down below. Should I redo that so you're not laughing?
No, that's...
If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to hit the big red subscribe button, or maybe it's black. I don't know what it is.
It's red and it's there.
Cool.
Yeah, it's over you.
Yeah, if you're watching this on Spotify, and if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure to hit the follow button so you never miss another update for Roseflower Radio. You can always hear us talking whenever you want, even in your sleep and your dreams. So thank you so much, and as always, enjoy this week's episode.
Bye-bye.
Oh, you should talk to my friend. He works in a studio.
Yeah.
This is the friend I told you that looks just like you. All my friends were like, I thought you were him. From
Hell yeah.
His name's Michael too.
Oh, it was close.
Bro, he literally
I'm replaced, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. You got to meet him.
Okay,
you should
cool.
have him on, bro. He's
What's
chill.
he doing?
Yeah.
He's
He works his out. He's the hardest worker.
Really?
Yeah, bro. He's
well, my mom's
he's
up there,
tapped
so he's got to be able to beat my mom.
You and your mom, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
Michael and mom. Me and Michael.
For those of you, some people might be wondering, we are filming this on Halloween. Which
Oh,
is
yeah.
why we all got the fits on. Imagine it not being Halloween when watching this episode. That's kind of embarrassing.
I know, bro.
This is Halloween. We were gonna say it's a week from Halloween,
Listen,
but we decided against it. Right?
imagine it being a week after Halloween. That would be...
And that's when this podcast comes out.
that'd be mad embarrassing to be a week after Halloween right now. We're on Halloween.
And we're here with Kyle.
We are here with Kyle.
Hi, Kyle.
A.K.A.
Hey, guys.
Dean.
Dean Fillinger.
Yes, and the first thing I was curious, if it's not Kyle, why is it Dean? Where did the Dean come
Fillinger
from?
is my middle name.
Okay.
So,
Both of them?
Both of them. And
Both of
in
them?
order, yeah. Both.
Okay.
Of them. Yeah. It's on it's on my ID and everything. It's my government name.
What's your last name?
Ashburn.
Ashburn.
Kyle
Dean
Fillinger
Fillinger
Ashburn.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Dean is my given middle name, and Fillinger is my mom's maiden name.
Your KDFA.
Is my mom's last name, not maiden name. That's sounds kind of dated. It's the whole.
No, okay.
She's a feminist, so she wanted to put her name in there.
Had to get it in there.
Yeah, bro, you got.
And now is that part of why you chose it for your artist name? Is there any sort of
for my mom? No,
representation
it's just,
there?
No, dude. I used to have a pretty when I first started making music. So that was in high school, and freshman year of high school. And I was into the whole SoundCloud scene, deep.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys were.
I was a little bit.
We'll name some artists. What were we talking about?
Bro, Team Sesh, Bones.
I know Bones.
You do?
HDMI was one of my top played songs.
Yeah,
for a
dude,
bit.
all those fools, bro. Suicide Boys when they were first coming up.
Yeah.
Lil Peep. I was really early onto these trains, and just the endless fucking ether of SoundCloud producers.
SoundCloud
that was
goes
my main
on,
shit, bro. because I used to make beats. That's how I came up, is just making beats.
Okay.
And you know, like rap beats.
How'd you get into that?
Dude, literally, it was actually my friend Michael.
Shout out.
He's
keeps coming back.
like he's the godfather of like everyone I know. Like he was the trendsetter for it, because he just randomly one day he was like, yeah, I kind of want to like make beats. I was like,
How
you
old
sure,
were
bro? Like this was like freshman year of high school. He like bought his own setup. He got it like for Christmas. Like no one was like doing it. And then gradually over time we discovered SoundCloud, and there were so many producers on there, you know.
Yeah.
And they would all go by like but like they had like, it was like a lot of Japanese influence, like anime influence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So I had this like really cringy fucking name.
No.
And I was like some like, I think it was, okay, now I'm blanking. I just had it. It was Misozi.
Misozi.
Which is like, I like looked up, I was like, how do you say tears in like Swahili or something? Because you know, it's like fucking,
Okay,
it was like the
okay.
sad boy era. It was like young,
so
lean.
awesome, bro.
Yeah, bro. So it was just Misozi and then like a bunch of like Japanese characters.
That's cool. Or
And I
you
was
into
like,
anime
I don't
or
know, this
anything?
isn't really like, this is just, it feels kind of like weird to me.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
Yeah. So was it like when you changed to Dean, was that
Yeah.
kind of when you started taking it more seriously?
not really. I mean, I changed to Dean because I was embarrassed to show people.
Understandable.
Yeah, and like I was thinking about names, and I was like, you know what, like I have a middle name that's Dean Fillinger, and that like kind of rolls off the tongue cool.
Yeah.
Like I've never heard a name really like that. So I rolled with it, and I changed my SoundCloud name, and then like it really stuck because like all my friends started calling me Dean. Like all my friends to this day still call me Dean. Like, I mean,
So you
that's why
kind of get
it's, like,
both.
I get both a lot. So like I get asked the question all the time, like, do I call you Kyle or do I call you Dean?
Yeah.
I'm
So
like,
you weren't
man,
original
whatever
before that.
whatever
You weren't
comes to you,
original.
bro.
So I basically was just like everyone else. I'm just another Michael.
I'm not, you're just not Michael.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, yeah, dude, just call me
kidding.
whatever. I mean,
No, so based in North Hollywood now,
now
where did it come from? Where did
the Bay Area.
Okay, and what made you decide to make that move down?
Down here, really, I followed my friends. So, like my friend Michael again.
Dang, this
Keeps
Don't get
coming
hurt,
up.
dude. I feel like this
Keeps
is like
coming
hurting
up.
you. man.
It's
like,
kind of. I mean, like, I hope other people are talking to me like you're talking about Michael. You know what I mean?
I'm
It's just
sorry.
crazy.
So just try not to take this one personally.
But
he's like my best friend.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
Is Micah your best friend?
No, Michael is actually my
Oh,
best friend
shit.
too. Actually,
Damn it, Michael. Just kidding.
yeah, basically I followed. See, he's lived down here for like 6 years. I followed him down because he like has got this whole circle.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, our friend Jacob Gale was down here. I met him like a year before. I got introduced to him through my roommate, my current roommate, who I met in college, and he makes music as well. And we were like, we both wanted. He was living in Concord. I don't know if you guys are familiar with
that's
the
where
Bay.
Dante was from, I think.
Concord.
Concord. It's like close to where I grew up. It's just kind of this like shithole town. I mean,
Listen, it's your.
I don't want to like. I mean, I
It's
love
your town,
It's
bro.
my. It's not really, but like, bro, like, I don't want to like offend anyone. Concord's cool, but like, it's just kind of like,
It's not LA.
it's not the way. It's not the place you want to live. Like at our point in our life.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I could see like maybe if like later on in your 40s
that
you want to settle
retirement?
down, you have a good little like suburban life, like cool Concord. But like,
Yeah.
he was living in Concord. I was living in Pleasant Hill with my parents, and we were like, yo, let's fucking get out of here. Let's join these fools down in LA. And we fucking made the move. Mostly music driven and also just like wanting to get out of the hometown.
And when was that?
This was only in like late, like February, March. Yeah.
Damn, because my next point was gonna be how we kind of came together in that.
Yeah.
That was through our friend. I don't know if he's actually on the camera. You can kind of see it on the middle camera there. The Dumb Day show,
Yeah.
the original Dumb Day show back in February.
Yeah.
You were the opener
opened
for
for-
that show, like
yeah.
the very
That was your
first
second ever
Ever
live
ever
performance,
live
right?
performance. And
Yeah.
what that? If you moved in February, that was the last week of March. So that was pretty. That
Was
was
that
quick
March?
turnaround. Yeah,
Was it?
it was because it was
I
the
thought it
night.
was January. I got my timeline all fucked up.
I don't know.
No, that show was in March because my car insurance expired that night, and I needed to be home by midnight.
Okay.
Otherwise, it was going to be illegal for me to drive.
Yeah. So no, I was just freshly here then.
Yeah. So how
that was like my first few weeks. That was like,
where was your first show?
Yeah.
My first show was like I think it was a year. So it was a year ago this summer. So like a year before this summer.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Summer 2022, like June.
Was that in Concord
or July? No, it was down here.
Oh, here.
So yeah, I had been like coming down here a lot because like
visiting and
just visiting and like connecting, and dude, it's just fun to be down here.
Yeah.
And I would just couch surf and like make music and
Totally, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's the smart way to move.
And I was like, bro, like there's
no
like everyone I knew in music was down here. So like I wanted to do like an album release party, and this was for my like album that I dropped a year ago. And and yeah, I decided to throw something together. I had it like at the Blind Barber. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh,
No.
It's this cool little like speakeasy. I think there's a few of them. It's in Culver City though, and
okay.
yeah, it was dope. It's like you like walk into this barber shop, and it's just a barber shop, and then you walk through like the back of it, and it's like this whole like little dimly lit
kind of vibe.
It was sick. We got a good price. Like Jacob, that's how I first met Jacob actually, is because he played at my show.
Nice.
I got a few other people that I had met by chance. There was this dude, Slay Lover Boy. Shout out Slay Lover Boy.
Come on.
For real.
Wherever you are. Slay. It's been a minute. And yeah, I met him on the street. Like I did this whole thing. It was sick, bro. I did this whole thing when I was promoting my album. I did like a whole wheat pasting campaign, you know? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know what wheat pasting is?
I don't, but I'm just nodding as if I do.
You're like, yeah. Totally, dude.
My dad, you know?
I'm just kidding. Crazy. No, but it's like I printed out these posters, and then you take like wheat paste is like a wallpaper paste. And you just go around and you guerrilla like.
Oh, yeah.
You're like rolling it up on walls. I like made all these posters and just went around at night and just like splattered them all over like Hollywood and wherever. And
people show up?
This was like, and I had like a QR from like pre-save my album, like Dean Fillinger, new album, like type shit. It didn't really have like my show, but it was random because I was on like Sunset Boulevard and I was putting up a poster, and dude like got up in the background. We were filming it, and it was Slay, and he like or Tyler.
You photobombed your shit, basically.
Yeah, and we were like, and then we ended up like talking to him. He's like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, I was like, bro, this is my album, whatever, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, that's sick. He was like hyping me up, and he's like, are you guys going to post that anywhere? And I was like, yeah, we're probably going to like, we were filming like a little TikTok, like a little like skit.
Yeah.
And he was like in the background. And he was like, yeah, dude, tag me. Like it'll blow up. And we're like, what do you mean?
Why?
We look him up, bro. And he's like, yeah, we're like, who the fuck are you, bro? We look him up. He has like 250,000 followers on TikTok. He's like really big on TikTok.
Dang.
So he saw you filming. He was like,
yeah, he's like, tag me, dude.
I'll take care of this one.
He's like, I got you guys.
I got you.
Yeah.
This one's on me, boys.
It actually did blow up. I mean, not like blow up, but like it got like more plays than anything else. Totally. I don't know if it was like because of that or not.
Did you actually tag him in the video?
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was like, you could see him in the background, you know, and he's like.
If you tag people, then it shows up for their followers under like people you follow are tagged in this video.
There you go.
That's why you just gotta like if you mention someone famous in your video, just tag them. Like anytime we talk about a celebrity, like I just tag Taylor Swift in our TikToks and shit because then it comes up with people you're following.
I mean, work?
Taylor Swift will
it
not.
Works.
Well,
it works.
The problem is Taylor Swift just doesn't stop banging my line. You know what I mean? Like, I know that she's
dude, I
like
have the same problem. That's crazy.
Dude, and like, I know that she's with Travis Kelce.
You guys and Travis Kelce?
Damn, bro.
Yeah, and I know that she's like hitting up, you know, Travis Kelce and all this stuff. I'm like, but I feel like I'm getting a pick six, like an interception going on right here. You know, I don't want to interject what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
I just get that a lot, so I totally understand.
Yeah, you got to play your cards right. You know, play the long game.
I bet you Michael's probably all up in there.
He's more of like a Phoebe Bridgers.
Michael's got a soft side.
He's got a soft side. You don't got to
compete with Michael for Taylor Swift.
I'm actually, I'm cool without
Taylor I feel like we're talking about Michael a lot, dude.
I know, dude. I feel like there's Michael.
He's going to see this and be like, bro, like.
Is Michael going to,
will
he watch this?
He'll watch this.
Do I got to
think he No, he probably doesn't.
Give Michael a message right now.
Yeah.
Michael?
Yeah, be like, send it to him and then be like,
if you're seeing this, Michael, just know I love you.
Aww.
I love your parents.
mm.
And what are you doing tonight, baby?
Oh, wow.
Yo, so that's the friendship test. If Michael doesn't respond, if he doesn't text you like,
don't read this.
I'm free tonight, baby.
You'll be
then
on the nearest
you know that he didn't
Friday.
watch.
Yeah.
You know he's not a true homie.
I mean, that was honestly, I don't have any plans tonight. It's Halloween.
Hey,
so
there you
I'm
go,
like,
man.
what are you doing tonight?
Just an actual call for help.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
It's like, yo, please, man.
like, please invite me to a party, bro. Like,
Please.
like one of your industry parties, please.
I get you.
Listen, I'm trying to get those connects, okay?
Yeah, no, for
trying
real.
to network.
I'm like riding his coattails, like hardcore. But
So
you know,
then, well,
it's all love.
back to you real quick. When you met Dumb Days through Jacob Gale, then, right?
Yes, yeah.
Were they working together at the time, or were they just kind of like?
When I first met Jacob, I don't know. Do you guys know how long Dumb Days has
They've
been doing
been
videos?
working for a while. They've got 2 videos, I want to say, and
I think they had just started working. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think it was that long, but they'd at least dropped that video because he gave me that on that night. They're like I want to say they, but also it was like Alex.
Yeah.
You're like a dope company collective, and then also dude, who kind of like connected a lot of us with a lot of people, and then a lot of people with us. Dean here was one of them.
Yeah, it's actually Kyle, but that's okay.
Well, he said his
Yeah,
friends call
dude.
him Dean, so
You guys are
Oh.
my friends. Call me Dean, dude.
so
Well, anyways,
only space for one Micah / Michael and
Sorry.
Dean's friend list.
I ain't never met a Finlay.
That's true. You're definitely the first Finlay.
Exactly,
Is that
there
like
you go.
your government name?
Yeah, it is my government name.
Are you serious?
You want to see some
Damn.
ID? Like,
It's not like Phineas or something. and
No,
you go
it's
by
Finlay. Listen, if I was Finlay,
That made me fur, bro. I don't want to do that. I'm way too talkative, you know.
Yeah, bro, you have to. You can be.
I feel like I'm more
Isabel.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz today, if anything, you know.
That's fair.
Did you hear the guy died?
No,
The guy who wrote,
No, he didn't.
yeah, Phineas and Ferb.
No,
He's
he
dead.
didn't, bro.
No, he didn't.
You're fucking lying, bro.
Taylor Swift told me in our.
Oh, yeah.
It's cap, dude.
Sure.
I'm just kidding. No, that's so cool, dude. So like, then the question is like, this is the thing that I had, because then we met you for the first time ever. We at least saw you for the first time ever at this first Dumb Day show, right?
Uh-huh.
That was like a year ago. Maybe a year and then some.
No, it was this
That was
March.
not a year ago, bro.
It was this March.
That was
It
this year.
7 months ago.
Actually,
What?
bro, I mean, if you think about it, that's like, I mean, it's closer to a year ago than it was to 6 months ago. So
Oh.
if you round up,
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
I'm just going.
time
you know
flies,
what
bro.
I mean?
I mean,
looking
I
at
didn't
the
really
higher
meet you guys
level.
there, though.
But that's the
I guess
thing.
you were there,
What
though.
what I
Which is
remember
crazy.
though. Yeah, what I
Because you didn't
remember-
even recognize me.
Yeah,
my
I didn't
bad.
realize. Oh,
It's
sorry.
on
We,
him,
we
bro.
didn't recognize you. You weren't wearing the Soviet hat. If you had the
I
hat,
think that's what it was.
So
If you
that-
had
I was
the
actually
hat,
going
I
to
would've
ask
recognized
because
you.
it was kind of it reminded me of like Catcher in the Rye, Holden Caulfield type beat. You know, about like his hunting hat. He had a very similar type of hat. I don't know. It was like
I'll
a
take it.
scholastic book thing.
I'll take
I
it.
wanted to ask if there's a reason why
The hat?
exists.
No.
It was just lit.
Listen, it was just a dope hat.
It was just a
okay?
dope hat.
It was
Because
just
I've
a
seen that
dope
you
hat.
you post stuff with it sometimes, and like you,
Do I?
I've seen. I feel like you have. No, I
Mike,
feel like
I think you're
am I getting
reading too much-
gaslit, bro?
Yeah, you're getting gaslit.
No, wait. No, those were all pictures from the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know the post that you're thinking of.
Yeah.
It's the one that Eric took the photos of.
Yeah.
I was freaking out. I was
Eric,
like,
yike.
so
Yeah,
that's
shout
not.
out
That
Eric.
wasn't like
Shout
a.
out Eric.
That wasn't a direct like artist. The hat. is
No,
linked
it's
to-
not
it was
like an
just- that's what
artist
you were wearing.
staple. It's just what I was wearing.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, never mind. I'm stupid.
You know who does that well? Is
Who?
I noticed it last show. Is Jacob.
Totally,
Dude, he has like,
like
a
the-
costume. Like
he
he
has,
has
like,
a
the
persona,
trench
bro.
coat
The
and
trench
the-
coat and
yeah.
the tie. It's like every single show I've seen him play.
He did
at.
it when he came here to do his performance
Yeah.
too. He wore the same.
And it's
suit.
not until like last time I'm like, this is not a
Yo,
coincidence.
also, I love that dude. You might have to cut this part. I keep forgetting he's bald until he takes off his hat, and then I'm like,
He's so bald, dude. All
I'm
I
like,
want to do is
whoa.
fucking.
I'm not cutting that because
grab
I
that
wanted to
little
say the
head,
same
man.
thing. I feel like it's awesome. Then.
no,
That's
it's
awesome.
dope. No, I'm not hitting basket. I just forget when he's wearing that beanie all the time.
Yeah.
And then he takes it off, and I'm like, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
you're bald
I
as
need
hell,
to
dude.
ask. I want to ask him that. Like,
I think
there's a
you did
reason.
ask him
It's
during
like
his,
he like
when he was
grooms his
here.
baldness too.
Yeah.
I don't mean to like. I
Getting
don't know if this is
into-
private information.
No, tell us all about
No, I've been.
Gail's bald head.
I'm
motherfucker
saying
bald.
he's posted videos of him like
Yeah.
cleaning that shit up. It's curated. It's curated.
Yeah.
It's by choice.
But that's what I was gonna say is I feel like it's so hard. Or I feel like in the digital age, like artists kind of have to have like a
thing.
Know? Like you know how
we
Weeknd had like his crazy hair back when he had his.
Oh my god, he had
hair.
like the skunk on his head, bro. Like
yeah,
that
like
shit was crazy.
You know what I'm talking about, like that random haircut that he had when he was doing like the.
Bro, yeah, I do. Remember that,
I can't feel my face. Like that was that era, right?
Yeah.
Or like, Oliver Tree, for example.
Oliver
you know
Tree
what I
is
mean?
a
Like
big
how he's
one.
got the bowl cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it has to be a physical aspect,
bro.
but I feel like it had a lot of people
There's
have
gotta be
something.
there's gotta be a
Something.
staple.
I know. I
like,
struggle with
even-
that too. I've like wondered if I need that. Part of me like doesn't want to do that because it like feels kind of gimmicky in a way. But it's like sometimes you need a gimmick. I don't necessarily like want to do anything with my appearance. I don't think, but like I do agree. Like you need to have some sort of tying element that people
Yeah,
can grab
like there
hold
needs to
to,
be
especially
something
when
that
you're
kind of
coming up.
completes the artistry.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's like
I will
Jacob
say,
Gale with his,
Like whether you have like dope, like a really unique video style.
Yeah, like some people have video style, some
Yeah.
people have physical things that they do.
Yeah.
You know,
You
some
have to
people
match a
have,
niche somehow.
Yeah, you basically
Yeah.
just need to fit into whatever niche. Like that was the whole joke with like, oh, if you're gonna be a SoundCloud rapper, you have to have face tattoos and like multicolored
Exactly.
dreads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, the reason why I bring it up is I don't know about you, but I kind of am digging the little construction worker fit. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's like I'm working on myself. You know what I mean? Like it's like there's layers, there's nuances. You know what I mean?
Working on the artistry.
Yeah, it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor for the
Yeah.
larger picture.
And then
For sure. That's
speaking
exactly
of-
why I put this on today.
Yeah,
And then
that's
speaking
exactly what
of
you
the
got.
artistry, like you have not a long catalog, but a fairly like a lot EPs, singles.
Yeah.
You know, you've gone
Bro, I
through.
need to take some of that shit off.
You've gone through each stage of album release.
No, dude,
You know?
bro.
Like, so where does that kind of like when you're writing, when you're producing, how do you get to a point where you're like, this one's ready, like this one's gonna come out?
Man.
You know?
Oh man. It's a
Are you
long
one of those
process.
people who go over,
Dude,
like you
I've
listen
been-
to it 1,000 times?
Oh yes.
You have final V3 done for sure this
Yes.
time.
Dude, at least like 10 versions.
Part
Yeah.
3.
At least.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm still sitting on songs that I've made a year ago, more than a year ago.
Totally.
I mean, that last album I made, I was sitting on for a full year. And that's kind of like another story, because like I would have released that sooner. But that album was like kind of like a pop punk project.
Yeah.
A lot of the songs, at least, I mean, some are more like, I don't know. I don't even know how you would describe it, but like just kind of like more alternative rock.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the songs are pop punk, and that was around the time I made a lot of those songs like beginning of like 2020, like right when pandemic hit.
Yeah.
I was like, I
Peak
just
time,
like locked in
guys.
and like was like,
Yeah.
Peak time.
I found this producer. His name's IOF, and basically I just found him on
Did
YouTube.
you say IOF?
IOF, yeah.
Okay,
He's
yeah.
like from Greece. He's basically I just found his beats on YouTube or his instrumentals. And I like made a few songs and I was like, dude, this is it. Like I need to
style.
keep doing. Yeah, I think I like literally was like I found my style.
Okay.
Like this is what I need to be doing. Before that I was making a lot of like the SoundCloud emo rap
Yeah.
type shit.
That he hit
No hate
that
to it.
shit right there.
Type
Well, I was gonna say
Yeah.
no hate to it though, because like that
No, we hate
defined.
it.
No, dude. I still love all
Like that
It's
defined
it's
like a big chunk of my life. For
Oh,
a bit
me too, dude.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
100%.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
it
my
basically
entire-
changed like what the
That
rap
changed
game
my whole
looks like now.
Yeah.
too.
perspective on what music can be.
It's
and like
crazy.
yeah,
And
dude.
it like it sucks to say, but it's like I feel like it kind of left as quick as it came in its own way too.
Dude, it literally left with Lil Peep.
I'd agree.
I think it left.
Once he died, the whole scene.
Yeah, I feel like
just fizzled
SoundCloud
out, bro.
didn't get a chance
Like
to kind of
clockwork.
capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Well, it's like I know that there's still probably some niche stuff going on there.
There
like
is.
there
But,
always will be.
Dude, it never is gonna reach. I mean, I don't want to say never, but it hasn't since the time that Peep died reached the heights and potential that you felt when he was like in like
Yeah, like,
2017.
you really
bro.
thought
he was
SoundCloud
starting to
was-
get like marshmallow placements and shit. Like this dude was gonna take over, you know, and that was gonna become like the thing.
and it
Yeah.
And
felt
since then,
Yeah.
people have tried to carry it on, but it always has felt like
It feels derivative of that original
Right.
time, or like
Exactly.
yeah.
yeah,
That's
it's
so
just,
crazy.
It was part of a moment.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I think
like,
that when you start to combine that with like the early days of TikTok and all that stuff,
Right.
is like all of a sudden like labels were like totally shitting their pants because it was like
yeah,
it's like they have a cult following that they curated only on this one thing. They're promoting it on this other thing. It's blowing up.
I know.
We don't even have a way to slip in.
That was
or
like
anything.
the start of where the music industry's at nowadays. It's like the democratization of the blow up process.
I don't want to be,
which is good, and it's also kind of like
it kind of started
pisses me
the
off
race
and
to the
all.
bottom that we're at now
Yeah,
a
bro.
little bit, that
'Cause,
was
like-
kind of the first time where it was like post it, boom, and you're gone.
Yeah.
And now like that kind of like flipped that switch, and ever since
SoundCloud
then,
was very organic, dude. I loved SoundCloud.
because there was no algorithm at
and it
first.
was so
it was
like
just sending
no,
things
dude.
out.
It was just who followed who and who reposted
Yeah,
what.
who reposted, who
It
shared
was,
to Twitter,
it was a community.
who did
It was like a
whatever.
genuine community.
it's like Facebook.
And now it's all, and it was free, and now it's paid. You know,
You have to like. Is there no free SoundCloud
dude,
anymore?
no. I mean, like you can post on there for free still, but like to listen to songs on SoundCloud, like every
Ad-free,
three
yeah.
songs there will be an ad. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus,
there'll be like a minute ad. Yeah, it sucks.
I was actually
SoundCloud
looking at it
died.
last week. I got like
I mean, it's not-
I get a pay stub from SoundCloud every week.
Are
Or
you
like once a
serious?
month. Yeah.
Okay,
it's
mister,
not,
yeah,
it's
damn.
like $3 or like less, like $2. But
Money bags over here.
Yeah, money bag.
you know me. Well, I had like
boy.
it's the same. I had 2 or 3 songs blow up on my own, like on a SoundCloud thing. Nothing crazy, but like it garnered like close to like 100K or something like that. So it was like I had
list dollars.
sorry streams.
Listening.
in
Streams.
total.
I was
Okay.
gonna say
like-
$100K. Hold on.
What are we doing in this garage, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Fuck that Michael, bro. I got to fucking. No, I'm kidding.
You
But
got $3 a week from SoundCloud.
it generated over $30 billion over my life.
Passive
Just kidding.
income.
Yeah, I wish, man. No, but yeah, it's so funny how it's like SoundCloud is one of those things where it was just I totally was like you had to be there type
Yeah,
situation.
Yeah.
I know we started talking about that, and
Dude.
I want to get back to you because you were
I mourn the loss of SoundCloud
Yeah.
every day.
you
Wake
know
up, say a little prayer.
you know it's funny because actually this
We remember
morning, I don't know what's going on, but like I'm on like my Spotify family plan with like my family, right? And I guess my dad was like rechanging a card or something, but it kicked me off the family plan. So I had to
Damn.
go this morning, like, and I was listening to like ads on Spotify or whatever,
Damn.
and I couldn't even like click the
it's
song
rough
that I
life.
wanted.
It's a rough life,
And dude,
man.
I totally forgot about it. You know, I totally forgot about like that experience of like non-Spotify premium.
Wow.
And it made me think about like SoundCloud and like listening to ads
dude,
and stuff.
yeah.
I know this is such a first
Yeah, I
world
hope
problem.
you got through
You know,
it,
for real.
I'm like, damn.
But here's where it gets weird though. I actually started to think about it and how like old technology kind of becomes vintage then hip, and then like all these new kids are listening to vinyl. You know what I mean? Like,
Bro, no part of me thinks 20 years from now could you be like, yo, that Spotify mix though? That Spotify release?
I think that people are gonna be like,
No way.
dude, listening to like Pandora. I think that it will come back a couple of
Bro.
years from now.
Yo, you know how like people
that just shot me
argue?
back 10 years right there.
You know how
Holy
people
shit.
argue about how like, no, the vinyl sounds better. No, the digital sounds better. In like 30 years, it's gonna be like,
No, the Spotify version
yeah,
sounds
it's gonna be
better,
like,
dude.
no, the Apple Music version sounds better. Like it's gonna be shit like that.
What were we talking
We were talking about how you come up with
Spotify?
your releases. where
Dude, no,
you-
wait. I was in the midst of a story. And we
Yeah, you
got so
interrupted.
Well, no,
sidetracked.
you
Like,
were talking about
you-
you were talking
I was
about
talking
like,
about my first album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the pop punk.
This happened because, I delayed it for a year because 2020, I was doing this pop punk shit. I was like, oh yeah, this is it. Like no one had really started doing it again.
Yeah.
The whole pop punk revival thing hadn't happened.
yeah.
And it happened like literally like the week I was about to drop like my first single off that.
Oh,
and it was
wow.
when MGK dropped his fucking album.
fell in love with
Yeah,
emo
that one.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That song is painful.
Yeah.
I love it.
My Bloody Valentine, that one.
I'm just kidding.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And it was all over the radio. It was like fucking. And when that happened, bro, like, then like all these like little cringy TikTok kids got on it, and like every motherfucker with like a little bit of clout on TikTok that was like e-boy
Yep.
Yeah, they started doing
was
the,
making a pop punk
Lil
track.
Huddy came out with a pop
Lil
punk track.
fucking Huddy, dude.
Yeah.
And it just became like so whack, like that fast.
So quick.
Like
yeah.
as soon as MGK dropped, it was like
Never seen a
suddenly
trend
pop
get
punk
cold.
was like whack.
Never seen it get cold that fast.
So interesting.
And dude, and then like as soon as that happened, I was like, okay, like I'm fucked. Like I can't drop this shit because if I drop it now, I'm just gonna look like I'm riding like the coattails of fucking MGK.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Who is like in a lot of ways like I don't know, dude is like talented and whatever, but like, and I don't like to like hate too much. Cause like
I just like
I don't like to like spread a lot of hate like that, but like I mean, dude, like just a lot of it, it's just it doesn't sit where like a lot of like genuine pop punk.
It feels very soulless.
Really does soulless, yeah, like corporate pop punk, dude.
It feels very
and like
and that's so against
and the fact
what punk
again
is. You know what
like
I mean?
he like modeled his whole image, like he switched his image.
Yeah, who went from like the whole
Midwest
rap thing,
fucking
yeah.
white trash rapper to like
Pink
emo
hair,
boy, pink hair,
yeah.
which is like literally a direct rip off of like Lil Peep.
Yeah, I mean, like we were just talking about getting your like fitting into the niche, but if you've already curated your appearance into one niche, you don't just get to flip over and be a new niche now. You know?
Well, it's funny because I feel like that he was getting like. It was interesting because he was a rapper first, you know what I mean? And he just did rap stuff. And then I felt like he...
And I honestly, I didn't mind his rap. Like, I thought it was
I never
fine,
listened to him,
you know?
honestly. But
Yeah, I didn't listen
I just found it so interesting how, like, he had some beef with Eminem or something. And then, like, everyone was like, get out of this genre. So then he switches genres or whatever. And then, like, people like it. But then it's, like, all immediately, like...
It's not sincere.
Just, yeah,
it
felt like that.
Well, dude, it's just so obvious that it's playing a character and he's like biting off of the hype of someone else.
Yeah, and like,
which was like the whole emo rap scene, and then because like that whole scene was heavily inspired by like pop punk and all that.
Yeah,
like every other song sampled some old like Day to Remember.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? Fucking Juice WRLD got half of his money taken by Sting. I know that's not quite pop punk. I still see your shadows in my room.
Yeah.
Can't take that.
Really?
That melody is a Sting song. So Sting, what's his fucking band?
From the Police?
Yeah. Whoever
Really?
the fuck it is. Yeah, and he
Definitely
came
not
and he
pop
got
punk,
like
but,
half the money. Yeah, not pop punk, but like sampling, taking older tracks.
all like the old Bone songs.
Yeah.
All sampled like some old like cuts.
Yeah.
It was all like it never really was pure pop punk, but like it was all like heavily based on that type of emotion and that type of like that like same. It was the same kind of movement that fueled like the emo rap scene, fueled like the pop punk scene in like the early 2000s. You know,
Totally.
I think that's why it connected with like a lot of like the same people.
That is my
the same crowd.
Fucking Mayday Parade, fucking
Right?
all those dudes. Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's my shit.
That's where my heart is at.
Fuck,
Well, it's interesting because I also think that punk, as I'm not even going to say pop punk or whatever, but just the concept of like, the thing is that you're going against the narrative, right? You're going against the normal flow. You're cutting through the grain. And what you're doing is you're making art out of something that somebody else hates. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what I mean by that is like...
Or like that somebody else has... You're just going
digitized
against...
or corporate, like, the
you're
whole
just
thing
going
is like...
against the mainstream.
Exactly. Going against the mainstream.
You're talking about...
Pop punk and
punk,
punk.
well,
just
punk
in general?
as a whole. And
Yeah.
I think that there's like the definition of like being a punk or like, you know, like being anti,
right,
you know, order. Like, and that's what I feel like SoundCloud was written in. Like that same sort of vibe that was written through, you know, like Blink 182, Green Day, and some of these other like old school, like, you know, goats. Like they're sitting on the giants of those generations. And SoundCloud was like kind of our generational, like
exactly
pop punk. Like I'm not gonna do what you tell me to. You know what I mean? And that's why it's such a cult fan base too.
It was
you know?
more of like what it felt like was giving voice in not necessarily a very specific way, not even in like a political sense.
No,
like anything like that. It was just giving voice to the pains and the aching feelings of like a whole generation going through a time in history together.
Totally.
You know? And like a lot of punk, like pure punk, is like very political. At least like old punk.
What machine are we raging against?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like the like Green Day's album, you know, American Idiot, like 100% political. And the difference was like I don't think our generation's rise of like the emo scene was not necessarily political.
Not at all.
But it spoke to like, you know, the drugs, the depression, growing up in a world of social media where like everything just felt fake. Like, you know.
Welcome back. As you can tell, we've had a brief just a couple of switch ups. It's a little spot the difference game in the middle. For all our audio listeners at home, it should be the exact same.
For all of our audio listeners, nothing has changed.
Nothing at all.
Maybe a little bit muffled. No. I gotta take this off. I can't do this.
It's hot in here.
Dude, it is hot.
I'm sweating.
Micah, can you please do the intro like that?
I will do the intro like that. I probably won't get rid of I probably won't have the hat on, but it's not my hat. Thanks for the hat, bro.
You're welcome.
What a gift.
You big hard hat guy, or like what's your
big hard hat guy?
Big on hard hats, or
you like construction?
No,
what's your?
I used to work construction.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You just picked that up from your closet.
This was from my job.
Really? What'd you do?
Fucking construction.
Oh.
No, I worked. It was like a contractor, so he did like home renovations.
Okay.
In high school.
Okay,
Swinging the sledgehammer. Fucking. Used to have a truck.
Dang, bro.
Yeah, a little blue collar.
That's pretty.
Did you
Collar
like?
boy.
I've always wondered because like I feel like that's like good to stay in in shape and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
Bro,
like,
you make crazy money.
No,
in
dude, I looked at
construction.
myself from like pictures from that era, and I'm like, damn.
Were you like jacked?
Not like jacked, but I was cut.
Yeah.
I kind of let myself go.
Yeah. I'm just struggling out here. Got demons we're all facing. You know.
Yeah, me too.
Be like
We can
that.
talk about
Be
that
like
later,
dude,
but.
yeah.
But
No, dude, yeah.
so MGK stole your entire style.
Stole my entire style, yeah.
Yeah, he just stole all your shit.
Somehow that leaked to him, and he was like, "This kid, I need to get this out." Before.
Yeah, he needs to beat this kid.
You
by
were
1
dating
week.
Megan Fox first, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
You seen Transformers, dude? That's me.
Come on. Also, wait, didn't they like share each other's blood or something? Did you
Yeah,
hear about
dude,
that?
they did some.
They, like,
fucked up
drank each
stuff,
other.
That type
bro.
of shit is like, oh my god, bro! Like they're taking it too, like they're making it like a joke. You
Like
know?
at that point, like, guys,
Oh, bro.
if you're gonna do that, don't
I don't
post
know
it
how to
online.
voice
Like,
it.
you don't need to.
Because like the thing about MGK, bro, like he's mad talented. Like
He's got talent. Like on guitar, I've seen
Yeah.
videos. He's insane.
he can play and sing and fucking he can do it. Like, but it's just the way in which he does it is like sheds such a bad light. It just makes it like totally corporate. Like it's not speaking to like any
It's
sort of like
speaking
counterculture.
to-
It's like pop punk songs about like being rich and famous.
Yeah, it's like
You know what I mean? It's like
it's pop
totally-
punk songs for MGK fans instead of pop punk songs
Yeah.
for pop punk fans. You know,
Yeah.
like they're pop punk songs for if you already like MGK, and then you can listen to the MGK song.
It's crazy.
It's pop punk songs made by someone who's already famous and rich and has everything they want.
Yeah,
Like, are you
Which
really
is kind
punk?
of-
Are you really like? What is
It's
this
such a
about? then?
backstab to
Yeah,
like the.
it's like what? This isn't coming from any. Like, what is this? you know?
yeah,
Totally.
and then
You know what I
MGK stole your shit. You had to find a
Right.
new
So I had
style.
to-
What happened?
No,
Like,
I just delayed the album for hell long.
yeah, and
eventually,
now
I was like, "Fuck it, dude."
and now the stuff I've heard from you recently, it's not like pop punk. Like you played me that song the other night.
Yeah,
That was more chill,
I mean,
more
yeah.
relaxed. Are you going like a?
I'm going in the direction of just like, I mean, a lot of the songs I'm making right now are like acoustic.
Yeah.
Like they are like akin to songs that you would hear on like maybe a pop punk or an emo rock album that are like the acoustic interlude.
You got the
songs.
slow cuts.
The
Yeah,
slow
like
cut,
the.
dude. Like the acoustic cover of the like. Have you heard of a Dashboard Confessional?
Yeah.
No.
Have you listened to that one album, bro? I'm blanking on the name. It's like
Is it the acoustic album?
yeah.
I think so. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have like a bunch of acoustic
Like
albums.
that
saved.
album, bro, is like molding my entire approach to music right now. It's like my main inspiration. So I'm trying to take like, I mean, because the album I made, the pop punk, like all the beats I got were pre-made. You
Yeah,
know?
there's,
it
like,
was
you
like I
don't
was
get to
singing
do a
over
lot
the
with that.
instrumental. Yeah, so it kind of like it was
Real
cool, and
trap shit.
It was basically that, bro. Like the beat tags are like all the beats, bro. I'm like I don't want to keep doing that. I want to make things like from the bottom up myself. I
Yeah.
don't really have the resources
to be able
or
to
the,
do it. Like
a
you said, you're a
band
producer.
to like make
Yeah.
like a fucking ripping. pop
Welcome
punk
to
song.
being an independent artist. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So like, I mean, I'm in the works of like finding bandmates. Like I'm still looking for people down here. I haven't been down here that long, but like it's tough, dude, to find a band. But like
Well,
so right now I'm just making stuff that like I'm capable of making myself. Like a lot of these are like demos, basically.
Yeah.
So I mean, the song I showed you is gonna stay stripped down, because my friend that I work with a lot, his name's Taka. He's like a wicked guitar player. He played the guitar on that, and he sent me the demo of it. I was like, holy fuck! I knew exactly what it was gonna be.
Yeah. Like I can't change this.
It was gonna be like the acoustic, like ballad song, where it like just kind of like it's in like 3/4 and it just kind of sways along. Strings come in, like it's just like a ballad. It's like an emo ballad, like basically.
It's cool.
Yeah, and it's fucking dope. I heard it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I need to show you it.
Yeah,
dude.
bro,
it's cool.
it's fine. I'm not even mad or anything. So.
Yeah, I bet Michael's probably heard it. I bet Michael's heard it.
We won't talk about that.
I'm heart.
Your heart hatted.
I'm hearted.
Yeah.
I'm hearted and headed.
Heartbroken.
No, so okay.
Well, I was just gonna say, the thing for me is just and I want to also just say this is like a big precedent here too. Is like, LA is such a like hard place to live in, especially like getting acclimated into.
It's hard unless you come in with the community. It can be hard to kind of. Like
I think it's the loneliest.
Find the community a little bit.
It's such a lonely town, despite the amount of people that live here. And I think we talked about that a little bit, like at the Dumb Day show. But it's just like it's so interesting to me, like how many people come here and really have so many of the same like incentive ideas, collaboration ideas, goals. But it's just that everyone still yet feels so isolated and so like away from like, I don't know. I've always been under the impression that it's like, oh, we're all one big happy family. We hold hands together. And sometimes obviously that's not feasible. But it's just so interesting how everyone here is, out of the people that I've met, they're all determined and they're really awesome creative people. Mm-hmm. So one of the benefits of living here is, although it kind of sucks and it feels like you're alone, you're not, because everyone's still actually doing the same thing you are. And in the same regard, if you are just active enough in some form of a community or anything, you will find your people out here just because there are a lot of them. Yeah. But it's just, for whatever reason, maybe it's because it's a bigger pond and you feel like a smaller fish. Yes. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like every time I like go out and try and be like, yo, man, I'm going to like make an album or something. It's like, well, why would I do that when everyone else does it? Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what I mean? Monthly, like. Yeah. So
you'll walk down the street and the dude who photobombs your thing has 250K.
Yeah, exactly. And but I think that comparison kills, and I think that everyone knows that. So like, even me saying, "Hey, don't compare yourself to other people in LA," it's like, yeah, okay, no
that's
shit.
That's the whole game, though.
But it's really is like, it's just so up to you to like, not even to have to like put your nose on the grindstone and get it done, but it's even just that like, enjoying the process of, they're like, one, realizing that you're not alone and that like everyone out here is trying to doing something creative and having more respect for other people who are also trying, seeing them as a human being, much like they struggle. Plus in the digital age with social media where everyone is trying to put on the perfect image of, check out this, look at my life, it's dope. I have a boat.
I'm not in crippling debt.
Yeah, right.
Like, yeah, don't look at the credit card statement.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that type of shit.
It's just, I think it's something to remind yourself. Not saying that, I don't know why I'm preaching on this. I don't know why.
No, it's definitely
maybe
true,
it's just because of Michael, because I'm comparing myself so much to this man. But
no, dude, it's something that, I mean, I haven't even been here that long and I'm already struggling with it. And it's like, I think a good piece of advice I got from someone is just like, as soon as you're like getting discouraged or you like feel you're comparing yourself to other people in the way that you start to like, it starts to like hurt your motivation and your mental health to see someone else succeed. Yeah. That's where you've already lost.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot make it out here if you feel that way. And like, I catch myself feeling that way a lot, bro.
Totally.
Like, I'll meet someone or whatever, like my age, or I see someone online my age who's like mad talented and like blowing up. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
what the
that's
fuck?
my immediate instinct. It's like, fuck, why am I not there? Like, all that shit. And the 1,000 other thoughts that come with it, comparing yourself. But like, as soon as you do that, you're killing yourself. Totally, you're killing yourself because there's always going to be someone who like this person likes more than they like you.
Yeah, people would blow up in this city every fucking day.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
and I just want to go under like I want that to be a staple that like, and I think that the people who have this perspective are weirdly the ones that actually succeed a lot of the times. It's just that like it's not about that, and what I would much rather want to prioritize in like even in what we're doing right now and stuff is like I would much rather be vulnerable and say like, look, we don't have like thousands of people in our live streams every week. We don't have like, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's so much cooler to me to like say that now. And then when it happens, it's like, dude, like we've been like ourselves the entire time. We didn't have to take anything, we didn't have to make a trade deal to the city of LA to get, like
you get success
to sell our soul. You know what I mean? Right. Which I feel like a lot of people would do. But it's cool because I love the perspective of being like, I love how I'm saying this in the most goofy outfit ever, too.
I keep looking at you on the monitor over here, and I'm like, what is this guy looking like?
It's so true, and I think, and I know it's like cheesy middle school talk, but it's so so important to be yourself.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
And whether that's a stupid fit that you're wearing, or whether that's, or whether that's like, if MGK bit your flow, like,
it's all love, man.
Yeah, it's all you. You know what I mean?
And like, bro, like, that's why I'm saying like I don't like to like put out negative shit even towards like MGK, who like arguably like
deserves it.
Listen, I don't think either we weren't gonna say that. But if you want to say that,
but like
still,
ahead. It's like, bro, like he makes sick music. He's probably a good person. I've seen like really endearing videos of him on stage. Like,
yeah, he seems like a really cool guy with his daughter.
He seems like a good enough guy. He's got a daughter. Like, he's fucking. It's not like he's being like a fucking total asshole to everyone. He's just kind of cringe.
Yeah,
it's like that's kind of okay.
That's
like,
a quote.
He got that.
He's a great guy. He's kind of,
and he kind of like killed it for a lot of like us like people who want to pursue the pop punk, and now it's like, you say like, oh yeah, do pop punk, and they're like, oh, like MGK, and you're like,
yeah, like there's that one guy on TikTok who's like our age, and he's making pop punk, and like, it's not my style of pop punk, but it's pop punk, and I don't know if you've seen it. If you open his comments, it's all like MGK 2.0, MGK B-Tech, MGK was better.
And that's what I want to stray away from, like in my pursuit of this genre, is like the really overproduced, like perfect, fucking like corporate pop punk that you hear now. Like, dude, I don't know. Just the other day I was having a conversation. I did this like live performance the other day, and it was one of those songs where I was like really like yelling, like using my full chest.
Yeah, I really going.
And it's like obviously I'm not like perfect. I'm not gonna hit but like, and I was like, maybe we should do like another take, guys. They kept being like another take, like, oh, I didn't hit that right, and they're like, dude, you have to realize like, it's not going to be perfect. Like, you're not like, I'm not like I haven't done this for years.
You're not a robot.
I was like, yeah, dude. Like, and I'm so used to like being in this, or like in my own like studio or whatever. And you get 1,000 takes on like one line to make it like perfect. Cause I'm a perfectionist like that. I want it to sound as good as I can. But there's a certain endearing quality to like being like a little bit imperfect.
And having
having those voice cracks,
that humanity to it,
and I'm trying to like allow myself more of that in the music because
awesome.
Like a little bit more of that authenticity, like and that's what you hear in a lot of these like older like bands that like I look up to, like Dashboard. Like he's not hitting every note on. He's an amazing singer.
Yeah,
like, don't get me wrong, but like he's not hitting every note like on fucking point. The songs aren't mixed to a T.
It's the emotion of it.
It's just like him and a guitar and a microphone in a room with his band. And like there might be multiple takes of shit, but like, and then, dude, like.
Yeah, one of my favorite little pieces of personality in a record is at the start of Good Riddance for Green Day. Dun dun dun, fuck. Dun 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 dun. Like he does a little fuck up, and they kept it in.
Yeah,
and it just shows that little personality. I really quite like that.
It's so awesome because it's like what I love about this conversation specifically, as well as just like this as a whole, is like as independent artists, we are able to like kind of I would like to think that we are able to take back from a label that tried to put all them because they knew, hey, pop punk sells, so let's mix it perfectly.
Right.
It's trying to take a genre that is way bigger than a genre. It's more of a mindset.
Yeah.
And get it to be a cash grab. You know what I mean?
It's based off of like the hits that you heard, like
exactly,
like 182 and Green Day. Like, it's all like, you know, it's all those,
or even 90s grunge and Nirvana and all that
perfectly
stuff.
Polished songs. And it's like, dude, I love that polished sound.
Yeah.
But now it's to the point where it's like,
it's too much.
It's too much, dude.
It doesn't even sound like pop
it's
punk
like,
anymore.
dude, it's like, are these even guitars? These could be fucking synthesized. Like, are the drums even real? Probably not.
Probably
not even a fucking drummer, dude.
Yeah.
Like, they
Featuring
probably have a
Travis
drummer,
Barker.
but what they do is they
featuring Travis Barker.
They take the drums and then they like key in every time there's a drum hit, like first sample. Every time the snare hits,
it's a sample.
It's a sample. They replace it with a sample.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They like mic
sample
every
replays,
drum so they
baby.
can replace every drum with a perfect version of a
And that's what I'm saying is
you
like
know?
that, and then on the other perspective of it, where I don't know if you've listened to like Bleach by Nirvana, like that record as a whole was like them recording to like a tiny little mixer in a garage,
right?
And like
dude,
that's what
my
took the world by
favorite
storm,
shit, dude.
because it was like And now that's the thing is like
Kinda
now
sounds like ass.
What'd you say?
It said it sounds like ass.
It sounds like ass. But the thing is, what's so cool about it is like,
endearing, dude.
But it's
it's
so
endearing.
good.
Yeah.
The problem is, and this is where it gets corny, is when a label with a bunch of money tries to be, check me out, I'm indie. I'm gonna like distort the like, make it become lo-fi on the basis of like matching the genre. It's like, dude, you are so like disrespecting like the beauty of what it was at the time.
Yeah, I think part of it is that it's very hard for a label to recreate that sound of Nirvana because Nirvana didn't go out there being like, all right, we're gonna sound like shit today.
Yeah, like
they
all
went
right,
out there being
let's
like,
figure out how
we're
to make
gonna
an endearing album.
Yeah,
That's gonna, like, they're like,
people 20 years from now, people are gonna sit around being like, thank God they were good musicians because this thing sounds like shit.
Yeah.
Like, no, they went out there to make the best that they could. It's just that they were limited by their shit.
Right.
But like,
no, it's true. It's true. No, I was gonna say probably my favorite album, probably like top 3 favorite albums ever is this album by the Mountain Goats. Have you guys heard of the Mountain Goats?
No.
You have heard of the Mountain Goats?
I have heard of the
That's
Mountain Goats.
crazy, dude. Oh my gosh.
I couldn't tell you a song.
That's
I think just
insane.
one of my homies has mentioned them before. And I couldn't tell you a song, but I've heard of them.
But you've heard of
before.
them.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this one album called All Hail West Texas. All Hail West Texas.
Get it.
I feel like I've heard of that too. Maybe you're just saying shit now. Maybe.
Dude, it's brought me to tears like more times than
Wow.
Let me see the album cover.
It's literally a dude in his guitar recording onto like a 2-track like cassette tape.
Yeah, dude.
Stereo.
So good.
Like that was it. And he made it when he was in rehab, like at like a sober living rehab community in West Texas. And it's all these songs just about like finding himself again, like learning to live again, learning to like being part of a community of people who were all like strays, like stray dogs in life that have all like gotten sent out to the middle of the desert to like learn how to be a people again.
Wow.
Learn how to like share and learn how to like be humble and gracious and like treat life with like, you know, a sense of like forgiveness and love. Like it's all this like
It's beautiful.
and it's all like it's all recorded on like a shit, like you can hear the buzz of the cassette going like
as it goes round, like,
and then he'll start like playing guitar and it's all like grainy and blown out.
Have you heard?
It's like Daniel Johnson. It's similar
I was
to
literally
Daniel
about to say
Johnson.
Daniel Johnson.
Yeah,
bro.
it's similar to that. Yeah.
Oh, have you seen the documentary Devil and Daniel Johnson?
I've watched it like a while ago with my old.
I know. I need to rewatch it too. That like Daniel Johnson changed the way how I thought about like being an artist.
It's like that, dude. Yeah, it's
I'm
exactly that.
so on board with that. Then
Yeah.
like that's
you guys need to listen to it.
Yeah.
If you like Daniel Johnson,
Yeah.
because and you need to keep like the whole backstory. I mean, I think it has like a like of him being in rehab and whatever.
Yeah.
And I think it has a more personal touch to me.
wow.
Oh, that was another mic. Okay. I think it has like a more
Here's another
personal
mic
like,
on.
because I also like I come from like a background of like alcoholics and like I'm sober. I'm 3 years sober.
I'm clapping. You just can't hear it because of my red costume.
Anyways, but yeah, and then like my whole family, like or like a bunch of members of my family struggled with that. My older brother literally lived the same life. I was like, this dude, he got sent out to like wilderness camp.
Yeah.
He was literally in the wilderness for like 3 months, surviving off of like what was in his backpack as like.
I had one of my boys do that too.
And after that, he moved into this sober living community in Sedona in the desert. Wow. So it has me thinking like there's all these parallels to like his life and what he's told me, and like he was the one that actually showed me the album, you know. And every time it just makes me think of like, I don't know, it's a lot. I guess it's a little more personal, but no. Anyways, I promise you guys, like.
Well, I was gonna say
this album, dude.
On that note too, I know that we talked about, you know, that day when we met at the show.
Yeah.
We were talking. I was like, "Yo, like, you want a drink or something?" And you're like, "No, I'm sober." Yeah. We talked a little about that, and I was like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna be sober too." And you're like, "Oh, how long?" I'm like, "This will be day one."
Day one, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm still 13 days now.
There's
which
a chip that AA gives out for 24 hours. Yeah.
Well, I'm all right, but
yeah, I know.
Not that I gotta wait for the mail.
I'm just trying to say that's like, I mean, a day is as big of an accomplishment as any other.
And it's one of those things where I think that, I mean, that's a whole other conversation we can get into too, because I know that's super serious and stuff. But it's like, I think in LA, it's like you got to be involved in the party scene and live the life or whatever. But it's like
that's everywhere.
You're also just, I feel like, a testament to the fact that that's not true. And
because we met you both times at shows and parties.
And what I mean by that is what I'm saying is like, it's so cool to see.
Well, I think you're talking about like the influence of alcohol.
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah. Sorry, that's what I meant. But it's just like, it's cool to see in the exact same way going against the grain. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah. I mean, dude, like, it's not like a
statement. I know
it's
what
not
you're
a
saying.
statement.
Yeah,
like,
I know
I
what you're
didn't
saying.
Get sober because I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm trying to be different.
Go against the grain.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
like, bro, no, that's not why I got sober because I felt like I was gonna fucking die if I didn't. Not like overdose, but I felt like I was gonna fucking end my own life.
Yeah,
I don't mean to get fucking.
No,
heavy.
we're here for. Whatever.
I try to like, I don't know, but I try to like have a light touch about it, you know.
But it's real.
And yeah, that's what I always tell people. They're like, dude, like that's so crazy, bro. Like that's so impressive. Like, congratulations. And I'm always like, dude, it's like if you started like taking medicine for your cancer treatment. Like if like you got like
it's like
if, like you have some like illness and you started taking medicine for it, people are like, dude, congratulations. Like,
you're like, I had to.
That's such a big step. I'm like, I had to. Yeah. Exactly. Like it was like either that or I was gonna fucking like waste myself, dude. Like. And it all happened because I started getting, so it was like 2020, right around like the pandemic.
Yeah.
A lot of shit went down there. But I was about to graduate college. Pandemic hit, and it like the combination, I think, of both things in retrospect, like the world felt like it was like
the world fell apart.
Like it was
for
ending,
like a
dude.
year and a half.
Like
there,
I don't know, like it hit me really hard. Like, it like going outside. It actually happened. Like the start of everything that caused me to get sober happened when I was down here. I came down to LA to visit my friend, and he and it's just like all the streets were empty, the stores were closed, and it just felt like I was living in like a simulated reality. Like nothing was real, and like all of a sudden, dude, I woke up one day in a state of just like panic. Like, I don't know if you felt like a panic attack as opposed to normal anxiety. I've had normal anxiety my whole life, like social anxiety, whatever. And it's like manageable. It's whatever. Panic is something completely different.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like you're going to drop dead. Like every ounce of your body is like,
when I was a kid, I would have panic attacks, but I didn't know what they were.
I never had one before. I woke up in a state of panic. That didn't end for like 3 months. Jesus. I swear to God, like I was in a constant panic attack for like 3 months. Going to sleep, panic. Waking up, the same panic. Like, dude, it was. So you know what I'm saying? Like I thought,
it's that worst.
It was like
feeling.
I was gonna do anything in my power to stop this.
Yeah, it's like
from
that
happening.
You basically, it's like your fight or flight is activated the entire time.
Wow.
Basically, yeah. Like anything that happens, like your best friend can walk in the room and you'll be like, you know, like you're on edge the whole fucking time.
Dude, it just feels like, oh my God, it's hard to describe, man. I went to the hospital. Like I took myself to the hospital like 3 different times during those 3 months because I thought I was having a heart attack.
Yeah,
like, I thought, and every time they would be like, no, like this is just anxiety. Like there's nothing wrong with your heart. Like you just need to whatever.
Did they give you like any medication or anything? Or like...
I didn't want to take medication because I was getting sober.
Yeah.
And like, so I didn't want to take like fucking Klonopin or anything. Like I've been on Klonopin and I've never like Xanax and shit, but like, and like, cause I was trying to do it. And yeah, so getting sober was a symptom of me trying to treat the other symptom.
Yeah.
The other affliction of anxiety. I kicked everything just because I was willing to do anything in my power to stop what was happening to me, you know?
And then you realize,
and I never
like,
looked back because like I was like, dude, I will do anything to avoid that.
Wow.
To me again.
And hey, that so then that was
and
the
I know
3
for
years.
a fact, dude, like if I started smoking weed again, like, bro, it would be all bad. Like I'd freak out. Okay, and weed already gave me anxiety. Like I don't know why I smoked it as long as I did.
Don't be telling me like that.
And we were talking about this like when I first met you. How like it's dude, it's crazy because like I meet a lot of people that say the same thing you do. Like as we get older, it's just like, yeah, I don't smoke weed anymore. Like,
yeah.
We did when we were kids, like everyone did. It was like the cool thing to do. But then you get older and you're like, bro, this shit sucks. Like this just makes me like weed, it just makes me nervous and like not want to go outside and like not want to talk to me. Like it's not doing anything.
Yeah, I think weed is like my vice, but then on the opposite, I barely drink alcohol. I like barely drink alcohol.
That was me. And yeah, so like I don't mean to like dog on
I'm
like
so
weed
excited.
smokers
No.
or anything.
No, yeah, what the
You're like,
fuck,
so
bro?
high right now.
Yeah, I am blasted.
He can't even hear what you're saying because he's too high.
I am holding onto the couch right now for dear life. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's like the...
Yeah.
He can't even hear you. You're good. Keep talking. It's on a different
No,
planet.
I think that... No, but I get what you mean. No, definitely as I've grown older, it definitely... Because like freshman year, senior year of high school, freshman year of college, we're like, oh my God, we're smoking weed. We're so fucking cool.
Yeah, we're so
and
sick.
now I'm like
we're taking edibles before fourth period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're crazy.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I might not.
Well,
I
want to also say too, I want to, first of all, I know that to you it's like what you had to do, but it's still awesome to hear someone work on bettering themselves in whatever capacity. And what's cool is like, not to, it's crazy too, because it's like, this is also now like documented, you know what I mean? Like through this. And what's cool is like you have an opportunity here where we have listeners and people from home and all around who want to know, like they may be struggling with something. Like there's a lot of things that are going on behind curtains that people are just not willing to share, especially in like a content-driven world where you have to share your best every single second.
Yeah.
So the thing for you is like, if there's anything that you want to say to like someone who's, let's say, struggling with a specific addiction that they don't really want to bring up, or just like anyone who's listening to this who is trying to think about going sober or something, like what would you share to someone like that if you could?
That's a big question.
I know, sorry.
Truly. That is. No, it's bigger than you think. Like a lot of people just spout off like, regurgitated shit that you'll hear all the time. But dude, it's fucking hard. I don't know. I guess what I would say if there is someone struggling with addiction or they want to kick something, sobriety is, this is what my sponsor would always say to me. Sobriety is a 24-hour program. And this, like my AA sponsor, because I was in AA. Sobriety is a 24-hour program, and that means it doesn't happen. It's not, like, don't think of it as the 12 steps. Like, a lot of people are really avert to AA and, like, the whole thing, because I think what turns a lot of people off is the whole God thing. It's very God-centric. They talk about God and a higher power a lot. I was really lucky to have like a good community that like really was like, and I think you're going to find this in a lot of AA meetings because we don't live in a very religious society anymore.
Yeah.
But
especially
it's like
in California.
The founders of AA originally intended, it wasn't the Christian God. They make it very explicit. Like it's a God of your choosing. Even if you don't believe in a God or a deity, like it's just whatever is like a power that's greater than yourself. Like something that you can like submit to, like whether it be like fate, like whether it be like the the patterns of nature and like whatever. I think I'm getting sidetracked, but I think what I was saying is the 24-hour program means it's a day-to-day thing. Like you don't have to think about like, oh God, like it's been 3 months, like I haven't had a drink. Like it's like, no, I'm sober today. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna do my best to be sober tomorrow. Like you if you kick it one day, you don't think about how many days have gone by. You don't count the days. I never, like, that's a big thing. Like you don't, like obviously like you celebrate your sobriety birthday and like that's a big milestone, but like it's not about counting the days, you know? As soon as you are counting the days, like you're fucking like marking the days of your prison sentence, like that's how you know you're already lost, you know? Like it's a 24-hour, you're sober today, and if you make it through today, you're sober tomorrow. You don't think about 3 years. You don't think about one day.
The same
That's what I'm saying. One day
yeah.
is just as important as 2 days. It's just as important as 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to kick something, take it one day at a time. And my sponsor would also always say, have sober feet. And that means, like, your mind is going to wander. Your mind is going to think about whatever, getting high, getting drunk, or whatever it may be. Your mind is going to think about those things, but you keep your feet on the path of like not submitting to that, you know? Like whatever you do, you can look this way all you want, but you keep your feet on the path. You have sober feet. Because wherever, you know, like wherever your mind goes, your body's going to follow where your feet go, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. It's like, it's such a fucking hard thing. And I was like, lucky, I guess, in a way that it never really was like a choice for me. It didn't feel like a choice. Like it was either I got sober, I died. Wow. And then, like for a lot of people, it takes that. It takes like an absolute rock bottom to the point where like you like are about to die if you continue, or like you almost died, or you lost your house, you lost your job. Like it takes a lot of that. That's what a lot of people in AA say is like, what was your rock bottom? You know, type shit. And that's a lot. It takes like a fucking moment of realization. Like, okay, like I need to do this, or I'm fucked. You know?
Not again. Yeah.
Fuck, dude. It's so hard, man. Like, cause I feel for like the addiction. Like, it's fucking, dude. It's the hardest thing.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It's
the hardest thing.
But
it's just it's a 24-hour program, dude.
Yeah.
And like I would say to like people, like give AA a fair shot. Like, and if it's not your thing, like that's fine. Like, I think it's really about building a community of people, even if it's not AA. Just like find like a community of sober people that you can like share your struggle with.
Totally.
Yeah.
To share your own, like, because it feels like you're not alone in it.
Yeah.
You can like vent.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's the community that I think is that's the
but
part
be
that
careful
brings
to
you
not
up.
like. It's also like trauma dumping. You know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of meetings
seen
like that.
Yeah.
Dude, that like rub me the wrong way because people will just come into meetings and just be like, oh, bro. You have no idea how much fucking heroin I used to do.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like you
it
have no idea.
It almost becomes a
like,
competition.
yeah, like a
know?
competition of who was more fucked up. Like how much did you take? Like, oh, dude, that's nothing. Like, check out this. Like
back in my day, we were doing
like check out this, bro.
The comparison game.
I was
it goes back to
I was
it, bro.
pimping. Like I was like, dude, I met people who were like literally fucking like we're pimping like in like Oakland and shit. And then
oh my God.
And it was just like at some point, like the whole trauma dump, it's like it's not helping anyone, dude.
No.
Yeah,
Like, it's not
after-
helping you.
yeah.
You're just trying to like flex,
like congratulations, you're the worst person. Or, like you had the worst experience.
yeah, dude.
You
It's
know,
like and that it's like and it's an attempt to like invalidate people that didn't have that.
Oh, so true, man.
You know?
no,
it's crazy.
I had
It's
some
like,
shit.
why are
like,
you complaining? Look
yeah.
at me. You know? And it's always like the look at woe is me.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
the
no,
mentality.
I'm
That's
the
It's
worst.
still pride. That's
gonna
the thing.
keep you fucked.
I've always
you know?
heard this. I went to therapy for a bit, and this dude changed my life. And I'm totally biting my therapist flow. So this is totally his whole thing. So
I'm
I
biting
want to say
my
that ahead of that.
people's
But
flow, dude.
he always said, like, regardless of whether you're thinking about yourself in a negative way or in a positive way, like pride, there are two sides of that coin. It's positive pride and negative pride. Positive pride is I'm the best in this building. Y'all suck. I'm top dog. I'm the man. You know what I mean? And then like negative pride is woe is me. I'm the worst in the world. Because you're still focused on yourself.
You're still-
regardless
It's
of whatever
still
you're talking
self-centered,
about.
dude.
It's
That's
all
a huge
self-centered.
AA thing. Yeah.
And like the best way to combat pride is to focus literally on others
On
and
others.
like try and like take yourself out of the situation,
bro. You might as well be reading the AA guidebook right now.
Because that's what it is.
Swear to God.
And it's so cool too, because I think that not even from an addiction standpoint, true. From a pride standpoint, true. It goes so much farther where you can say, like, if you want to be a successful artist, do the 24-hour program.
Yep.
Work for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Don't. And
it's a
this
life
is exactly
program.
we
Dude,
have
it's
a
not a sobriety program.
No, this is the life get better program.
Yeah.
Succeed program.
No.
That's so dope, because then it's the same thing where it's like, you want to learn a language?
Yeah.
24
Dude, what a
hours.
lot of
24
AA
hours.
people say is getting sober was the easiest part.
Yeah.
Staying sober and fixing your patterns of thinking that brought you to the place of addiction that you were before.
Yeah.
That's the real work.
Yeah.
Like
So
your
fucking
work
sick.
begins like after you've like kicked your withdrawals or whatever.
And then it becomes the mental game.
Then
a
it
little
becomes
bit,
like keeping yourself on the mental game, like fixing your patterns of thought
So cool.
and not being like, again, like the woe is me, like the world is against me. It's what was done to me that I act this way. Like I act in response to this injustice that was brought upon me by life. That's what a lot of people
Yeah.
revert back to, because everyone has their reasons for picking up. Like everyone has their reasons for like, becoming a fucking alcoholic, becoming a heroin addict, bro. Like it's always some woe is me, And it's like, dude, I'm not trying to. It's not in a way of invalidating people's struggles, but at some point you got to just pick yourself up and be like, dude, I can't. Like, I'm not the victim of my own.
Yeah, it's like boo-hoo.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Keep going,
keep going. I mean, people have fucking crazy fucking lives, but like at some point, you got to do the work to fix it yourself, because like, just the mentality of like, this was done to me and I'm the victim, like. That's not getting you anywhere.
Yeah,
and I still struggle with it too, bro. I mean, even in the like personal relationships,
because it can be, it can be true. Like, yeah, that thing did happen to you, and you are the victim. Yeah. But if you just sit on that, if that's where you let the story end, right there, then what are we here for? It's part of it is being like, okay, yes, that did happen. Yes, you were the victim. Now what?
No.
Because if you could stop the story there, and that's kind of a sad story, though.
Yeah.
We want to write more of that story, and then you recovered and had an amazing life afterwards.
Yeah,
the end.
That's the part of the story we want to write now.
Yeah, and the last thing I want to say too about that too is like when you also said like sometimes you have to pick yourself up. Mm-hmm. I want to also add too there, like sometimes you can't pick yourself up. And a part of letting go of pride is having somebody else help you up. You know what I mean?
Help, yeah.
It's like help is as important as anything. And
what you said about giving yourself to others too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about service.
The more and more that it's not a you problem, but it's a people problem, it's a lot more people can build a skyscraper than just like, if more people are working on it, sky's the limit.
That's why I say I recommend like a community.
Absolutely.
Community,
Totally agree. It's
like,
awesome, man.
People are really like, they have there's a huge stigma about AA,
Yeah.
But dude, it fucking saved me. It saved me.
That's awesome.
Like, dude, like it's crazy. And like, yeah, bro, it's like you don't hear a lot of people my age like really going to AA.
Totally.
Yeah.
But
It's so cool.
I was lucky because my brother and my mom had both been through it before me.
You kind of had that,
And
like,
so it was my mom's meetings that I ended up going to.
Oh wow.
Like
with her?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was during the pandemic, so it was like all online.
Oh yeah.
But she basically like there were Zoom meetings every day.
Yeah.
And that's what I was blessed with too. A lot of times meetings are once a week. But she like brought me into the fold, and I was lucky, dude. There was this fucking guy that ran these meetings that was this like absolute like force of nature, dude. He was like
sick.
He was like a crackhead for like 20 years, bro. Like hardcore crackhead. He was the dude that I was saying was pimping people.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And he would like tell them just little. He would never really go into like big specifics because he's not one to like trauma. He knows he doesn't want a trauma dump. But every time he would just mention little tidbits of his life,
you're like,
he'd just randomly be like, he would randomly drop some shit like, dude, I was in Berkeley and I was walking to Alameda. That's 20 miles on foot just to get some crack. Like, damn! I did that on the regular. I was like, bro, what?
Wait,
what? Like,
go back.
Dude, what did you say?
Yeah, bro. Like, what? Like,
That's crazy.
Dude had a life.
Yeah, like Berkeley to East Oakland.
Man, he's probably fit. I'm just kidding.
Oh
Sorry.
my
Dude, no, he
God.
is. He looks like a fucking runner.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
anyways.
we're gonna close out here too, but I think it's an awesome. I think like sobriety is something that isn't harped enough about. Not that everyone needs to do it. That's the other thing too. Is like you have to understand like you can't compare yourself to other people. Live your life. If other people want to drink every day and they don't have a problem with it because of whatever, it's like that's fine.
Because they're not addicted, then maybe.
But
it
like
won't
when it
do
comes
help
to
on your liver,
addiction,
but
and it's something that it's all a personal decision, but at the same time, it's like, I think letting go of the pride too is very important, which is what we talked about.
That's huge. Huge.
Dude, thanks.
Thank
for
you
coming
so
on here.
much
Dude,
for
thank
this
you guys.
conversation.
Yeah, I
honestly.
feel like I could keep going. Yeah.
I know. Well, that's what we're saying.
We were
right?
just saying it's been an hour 23 minutes,
Is it really?
something like that. Yeah,
dude, crazy.
We've been going. Yeah,
dude, I could keep
so,
going, bro.
Dean, Kyle, you have this camera. You have this camera. Where can people find you? What can people expect from you? What should people look out for? You know.
Which camera, dude?
You got either
the middle
one.
one.
You got either one.
Okay. Dean Fillinger, all platforms. It's just how it sounds. Dean Fillinger. They'll probably tag me.
I will.
I got a few new releases I'm working on. A video that I'm gonna be filming. That's probably gonna drop soon for a single. That's gonna be my next release. That's the one we were talking about earlier, the emo ballad. Yeah, I'm still making it work out here. If anyone out there has questions about anything that we talked about, feel free to DM me. If you're in a band, you need a singer, I'm your guy. But yeah, guys, it was a pleasure.
Yeah. No, thank you so much for all of that. That was an amazing
awesome.
conversation right there.
Wisdom over there from the Red Sea.
All right, Micah, where can everyone find you?
You can find me. I wanted to just make it dramatic. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Shoelace Music, spelled SHOOLACE MUSIC, because that's how you spell music.
MUSSE.
MUSIC.
I feel like maybe I should spell my name. Should I
What?
do that?
Oh yeah, if you want to spell your name, go spell your name. Who said it's how it's spelled?
I mean, but yeah, it's spelled
okay. Dean.
Yeah, DEAN FILLINGER. That's at Dean Fillinger.
There you go.
Dang,
There
tell
you
him.
go.
I know. I have to do it because I got a funky ass name, you know. So I got to be like
Shoelace.
Shoelace with a double O. You know
I
what
mean,
I mean?
a lot of people say like Dean Fillinger. I'm like,
Fillinger?
if you ever say Fillinger, we're not friends anymore. All right?
Okay.
Duly noted. Thank you, Fillinger, for letting me know. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Delete it.
But yeah, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Shoelace Music, spelled SHOOLACE. And yeah, Finlay, where can everyone find you and Roseflower Records?
You can find me at Finlay Did It on Instagram, because who did it?
Finlay did it.
I've got him trained. It's great.
That's cute.
It's great. We rehearsed it in bed at night. Yeah, it was great.
At bed? In bed? What? Oh, dude, he's got a $3 million bed. We were talking about this today. His bed is worth $3 million.
Micah, this joke doesn't make sense because we didn't start the joke on the podcast. This is an inside joke
No,
from
finish
like
it.
5 hours ago.
Finish it.
Would you rather be smarter? Would you rather have $50 million or the powers of Spider-Man?
50 million?
50
Because
million
I
or
said
the
I'd spend
powers of
$3 million on a bed.
Oh shit, dude, that's huge. Definitely Spider-Man though.
That a boy.
Yeah,
A
Spider-Man.
man
I want
of
50
taste.
mil.
Kidding me?
A
Hell
man
yeah,
of
any day.
taste, bro.
I want 50 mil. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, he's gonna spend
No,
$3 million of
no.
it on a freaking someplace you sleep. You aren't even gonna be conscious for half the time you're on that thing.
Dude, you don't have to be Spider-Man. You could like rob some
The
banks.
evil Spider-Man. The evil.
Evil Spider-Man.
Come on, man.
Well, you should let me know whether I should be good Spider-Man or evil Spider-Man at Finlay Did It on Instagram.
Wow.
And you can find Roseflower Records at Roseflower Records on Instagram, on Threads. And there's one more that I always forget, TikTok. That's the one. At Roseflower Records on X, because they have a character limit. It's bullshit. Roseflower Records.
I think it's cool. He always bashes it.
I don't like
smooth.
it. I
Are
don't
we
like
calling
it.
it X now?
Yeah, that's
that a
the
thing?
other thing.
It's
That's
not
the
Twitter?
other thing, bro.
I don't submit to that. Dude.
That's the I
It's
used
still
to. I
Twitter.
spent like 2 months being like, it's Twitter, not X, and now
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
not
now
on Twitter.
I'm past it.
I'm thankful.
No, I
Little
don't
boy.
use
probably
mine,
should
but
be.
we have. I don't think we've tweeted.
Are you on any X sites?
Oh,
Is that Twitter? What are we talking about?
I mean,
That's
it's up
not
to
what
you
he
to
asked.
answer.
We're talking about porn?
Whoa, whoa, I didn't say that.
That's not what he asked either.
Yes? No, I'm
Not
just kidding.
yet.
And at www.roseflower.com, you can email myself, Micah, or Cade at our names at roseflower.com if you want to ask Micah about his hard hat, ask me about my Pikachu suit, or
Barely
ask
even
Cade where his microphone was. And ladies and gentlemen, we will see you all in the next episode. Dean, Kyle, thank you so much for coming down. Again, amazing
Bang.
conversation. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Micah,
What?
you're always here.
Yeah?
I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Bye-bye.